You need to shut the fuck up.
Hey, motherfuckers. This is Minx. Suck my balls.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Hi, Lieutenant. How are you doing? Aw, did you find your land nav point, Lieutenant? Good job, Lieutenant. You get a
Expert Action Badge.
put on your uniform right,
Expert Action Badge.
show up to work on time,
Expert Action Badge.
qualify on your weapon,
Expert Action Badge. Badge of Action.
find your guidon.
Expert Action Badge.
That's right. Just doing your normal warrior task and drills, you get a
Expert Action Badge.
Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
Shit in a bag, Pogue. Badge of Action. The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio. Action Badge.
This is Randy Couture, and you're listening to WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
How you feeling there, Mac? Good enough to fuck your mother!
Fucking hell. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tied Up Tuesday. I'm your host, Minx. Down there's Grey Cloud. Shut the fuck up, Grey Cloud. Like, it's already starting, and you're already pissing me off. Motherfucker.
Good evening, nation, and welcome to Tied Up Tuesday.
Oh, I hate you so much.
No, you don't.
Motherfucker.
So, hold on. We gotta get this started, because I know you already got one poured.
Do what?
I already have yours poured, so let me pour mine.
Oh, my drink? I do. I'm drinking Wild Turkey tonight again.
That's good stuff, usually.
I love it. I love Wild Turkey. It's American.
I'm drinking 18-year Glenfiddich.
Well, we can't all just be fucking fancy like you.
Well,
Mr.
I know we can't all help that, but it's pretty awesome.
Mr. fucking fancy.
So, cheers. So, are you feeling any better? I knew it was a little frustrating there for like, I don't know, fucking 4 hours or some
hour
shit.
and a half. All right, y'all. So hopefully, like, all the technical malfunctions that have been going on the last 2 weeks should be fixed. We'll see as the night continues. But god damn it. Spent an hour and a half trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong. Ugh. And like, I'm ragging right now, right? Like, it is Shark Week and the bitch is in full force right now. Like, my body is pissed that I did not reproduce this last month. Like, it is pissed at me. Like, it's coming after me with a vengeance. Like, I didn't even go to work today because I was up at like midnight 30 with motherfucking, like, the Battle of Gettysburg going on inside of my fucking uterus.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Branko on this one. That's just a little TMI.
Shut up, Branko.
But I hope you're feeling better. Did somebody throw you chocolates at you? I hear that helps. You get chocolates thrown at you.
No one threw chocolates at me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know, but seriously, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Is you slowly, mind you.
Yes.
Slowly back away as you're pelting chocolate Not at her, because you can't do it at her, because, if it hits her, now this murderous rage is all tunneled at you. So you have to throw it around her, right? And be like, distract her, and like throw it behind her, so that way she turns and like goes after it while you make your escape. That's what you do.
Oh. So other than that, how was your weekend?
Do I want some cheese? Doc, are you supplying the wine? And of course I want cheese with my wine, because I'm a classy bitch. My weekend. How was my weekend? I spent the entire weekend kind of freaking out, because, Shark Week decided to come late this month. And I was like, is it going to show up? I don't know. We'll find out. So it got a little hectic there for a second. But then I'm like, wait, no, there's absolutely no way. Because, A plus B equals C. And, the only way to get to C is to have A plus B. A plus B never happened. So, but still, it's fucking nerve-wracking. Especially, if you're not planning on it and it, you're in the middle of a divorce. Can't be doing that.
I was going to say, actually, isn't it D plus F equals P?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's exactly. You are correct, good sir.
Anyways.
Motherfucker. How was finals?
Yeah. So I'm waiting on grades. I feel like I bombed my one of them. The other I feel a little more confident about, but I'm pretty sure I bombed my my one operations one, because I felt completely stupid after I was done taking it. That makes any sense. I did. The class was great. I understood the concepts and I got a lot of the formulas, but man, something about taking a final where you just feel not smart while you're taking it, and you feel even worse when you're done. You do.
Right? You're like, did we even talk about anything on here today?
No, I actually had that thought on some of the questions. I don't remember this conversation whatsoever. Right? Of course, I could have been sleeping during that part of the class.
Are you sure we learned this?
I don't remember this part, so I'll just wing it.
Maybe it was your cut day.
I carried the one a lot. I know that much.
Right?
That looks good. Close enough.
2 plus 2 equals 5.
That's
exactly.
Right. Because you carry the one and you show your work, and then you get partial credits.
Exactly.
So there you go. I'll pass with all partial credits.
Right.
I got partial credit for that part and that part and that part.
And yes, y'all, I am actually still eating my food right now. It's chicken Alfredo with bacon.
That actually sounds really delicious.
Oh, it's so good.
Well, cause I knew I was taking the correct final, because I was in class and that's the one they handed me.
Are you sure? Were you in the correct class though?
Because there's only one class I can get to.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Yeah, so
I've never been to wherever it is that you go.
Yeah, but other than that, it's good to be done traveling for class. For a while, it was I redid my math, and it's 82, based on averages and based on all my travel days, 82,190 miles.
Dude.
To finish the semester.
That's ridiculous.
Or to finish the year, actually. So it was, yeah, it's good to be done traveling for a while with that, for class anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not as often, I guess. But there'll still be traveling this summer because there's vacations and visits that need to happen and whatnot. But it won't be as hectic, and I won't feel as pressured to make cut times, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Oh, that's right. You did. You asked for a day off later this month, and I disapproved it.
Well, the head shed approved it, so I'm not worried about it.
I'm part of the head shed.
Well,
Denied.
I have a backdoor deal with the headmeister.
Yeah, does he backdoor you?
No backdoors. No.
Motherfucker.
Next, not shit. I gotta look at the calendar.
Not like in 3 weeks, yeah? Or 2 weeks?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. And again, it all depends on timing on when I get back and stuff. But because I don't even know what time that flight lands at the moment. But obviously, if I make it back in time, I will be on. If not, then I already got it approved. So nanu.
That's how it's going to be, huh?
That's how it's gonna be. Hey. We all need breaks.
In theory.
What?
I said in theory.
In theory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's true.
Fucking Spencer, whoa, started paying attention to the wrong part. Talking about back doors and someone entering your back door.
It's all about back doors. What?
Oh, God. Naughty,
Anyway.
Naughty gray cloud.
Wow, this went downhill in a hurry. But anyways, on to more pressing things. It's been a busy day in the news. Holy shit, it's been busy.
That it has.
Yeah. As you're sitting there chomping away on your Alfredo chicken with bacon.
Nom.
Nom noms. Oh no! Oh, there it is. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
So yeah, there's been a couple of good. There went your flower. Did you see the flower?
The what?
The flower that you so desperately want to be able to use and cannot.
That I want to use? Why? Because I'm a witch?
No, you get upset because you can't find the flower like button. I just
did you
advertising.
see
I saw
it?
somebody use it like 1 second ago.
Honestly, like, where are we getting this gay? Like, I need this gay purple flower back in my life. Facebook, put it back. There's so many, there's so much shit out there now that I'm seeing where I'm like, God, I need that purple flower. Just be like, thankful. like with the whole like Iran deal. Trump pulling out. That's what I want to use it on. Be like, thankful. But we can talk about that later if you want.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll get brought up tonight.
That'll get brought up tonight. You finished your
there's
drink really fast.
There's a lot of shit to cover, and I don't think there's enough time to cover everything that's going on because I'm pretty sure there's going to be many things.
Many things.
There's two I want to cover for sure in the first hour here. The first one, let's see here. There it is. This article I've got is from Fox News. As soon as it decides to fucking load, here we go. Bam. This is the headline, mind you. Ohio State University loses weapons-grade plutonium.
I'm sorry, what? No. That's like losing a room. It's either there or it's not, and you don't lose it.
Apparently it's lost.
All right.
My fucking internets.
Fucking
Holy shit.
Way to go, Ohio State.
Yep. All right, so here we go.
Idiots.
Idaho State, not Ohio.
Idaho? Even worse.
Yeah. Idaho State University was fined last week for losing a small amount of radioactive weapons-grade plutonium that is too small to make a nuclear bomb, but could be used in a dirty bomb, according to a regulatory commission.
Oh, good. Even that's fine. It's nothing to worry about.
That's much gooder.
Much gooder.
No nuclear, but man, we're gonna make your shit radioactive.
We're gonna fuck you up.
It's gonna be good.
Give you a third
Dr.
eye.
Cornelis van der Scheif, vice president for research at the university, blamed partially completed paperwork from 15 years ago as the school tried to dispose of the plutonium.
They wait, hold on. They lost the shit 15 years ago?
They don't really know when they lost it.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm gonna get to that. Hold on.
This is why people this is when you're like, maybe your mom should have done anal. And then we wouldn't have you.
Back
you
doors.
know? Yeah, exactly. Maybe your parents should have done butt stuff. Or hey, maybe you should have been swallowed. We don't know. Fuck.
Let me get through the story.
God damn it.
Unfortunately, because there was a lack of sufficient historical records to demonstrate the disposal pathway employed in 2003, the source in question had to be listed as missing. He said in a statement to the Associated Press, "The radioactive source in question poses no direct health issue or risk to public safety. But you just said it could be used to make a dirty bomb."
But it can't be used against public safety.
The school which reported the material missing on October 13th was hit with a $8,500 fine and has 30 days to dispute the measure.
That's it for the fine? $8,000?
$8,500, yep.
That's
Victor Drix, a U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission spokesman, said the agency has very rigorous controls for the use and storage of radioactive materials, as evidenced by this enforcement action.
I mean, obviously.
He said the proposed fine for failing to keep track of the material.
I mean, obviously, they have a very strict structure on the handling and, fucking placement of their radioactive material, as evidenced by the lost material. Fucking idiots.
The agency said a school employee doing a routine inventory discovered the university could only account for 13 of its 14 plutonium sources, each weighing about the same small amount. Hold on. There is nothing routine about this at the moment then. Because if it was routine inventory.
A routine inventory. So what happened the last time they did inventory? Or when? When was the last time they did inventory? Because if the last time they did inventory was 2003, maybe they should make it more of like an annual thing.
Routine. Oh, yeah, sir. All sensitive items are accounted for. We got you.
Damn it.
And hands across the desert.
Fucking God.
Idaho State University has a nuclear engineering program and works with the U.S. Department of Energy's Idaho National Laboratory. Considered the nation's primary nuclear research lab and located about 65 miles northwest of the school. The plutonium was being used to develop ways to ensure nuclear waste containers weren't leaking and to find ways to detect radioactive material being illegally brought into the U.S. following September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks, the school said in an email to the AP. They don't need to worry about bringing it into the U.S. because obviously we can't keep track of it in here.
Right. Right? They can just come to our facility and take it, and it'll take us a decade and a half to realize that it's fucking missing. They don't even need to bring it in. Like, it's already here. No one will fucking know. God. Is that college logic? I'm so glad I haven't actually gone to a fucking, big university then.
Oh my God.
Damn it.
Oh, it gets better.
No.
The school searched documents and found records from 2003 and 2004 saying the material was on campus and awaiting disposal. However, there were no documents saying the plutonium had been properly disposed. The last document mentioning the plutonium is dated November 23, 2003. It is said the Idaho National Laboratory didn't want the plutonium and the school's technical safety office had it quote, pending disposable for the next waste shipment, end quote. Oh my God. Yeah. So it continues. There's no comment from the NRC, it looks like. The last line in this article is, he said overall the school has a good record with the NRC. That's the Nuclear Regulatory Commission for all of you. Oh my God, are you kidding me? How do you lose plutonium? I don't understand how a school loses what they're calling in the article weapons grade plutonium. You think, on the things that you want to keep track of, weapons, sensitive items like night vision goggles, and
Plutonium.
Plutonium, you might want to keep track of like all of them. But
right.
How? I still don't understand how you lose plutonium.
Dude, oh, you know what it is? They
What?
have fucking Krieger in charge of the lab there from Archer. Fucking Krieger, I'm telling you, with those radioactive pigs. Yes, I solved it. Solved the mystery. You're welcome. That's what it is.
Oh.
Motherfucking Krieger.
Oh my
in charge
God.
of the lab there. Bet $5. Yeah.
Oh, holy
jazz
shit.
hands.
Oh my God. That'll do, Piggly. That'll do.
Not Mr. Piggly.
Not a serial killer.
Damn you. Damn you all to hell.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love it.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Honestly, God damn it.
I'm not dying, Amanda. Promise.
He is, though. I love that. Meanwhile, Grey Cloud's dying.
Never.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. So it's just, this is why we can't have nice things.
Right?
I mean, seriously, how do you lose plutonium?
Right? And not even just like regular plutonium, but like weapons grade.
Right. And the one thing that I don't like is it doesn't really give, all it says is the amount. It doesn't say it doesn't give a specific amount like a weight or a volume of how much was lost. It just says a small amount. It's who really needs to know how much we're missing? I mean,
Right.
But apparently it's enough to make a dirty bomb. So,
but not enough to make a nuclear bomb.
yeah,
So,
not enough to go. That's called to critical mass, but it's enough for a dirty bomb. So, oh, there it is. Sorry, it says. So under the caption of the photo in the article I'm reading, it says about the size of a quarter is missing.
Ah.
The size of a quarter. What? Yeah. Yeah.
Meh.
It's meh. I got it. How do you lose weapons grade plutonium?
Dude, I don't know.
Where's my P-238 space modulator? Nation, if you don't understand that joke, then you're a little young.
Aw,
Just saying.
I didn't understand it, but you laughed, so I laughed.
Marvin the Martian.
Oh! Dude, I have not watched fucking Looney Tunes in decades.
Right. So that's the first story I wanted to cover. The second one, if I can get it to pull up. Jesus Christ.
That's what she said. Yeah.
God, I hope nobody ate it, Casey. That would be really bad for them.
Dude, oh my God, I hope
It'd be a
someone
really
ate
bad day
it.
for them.
Could you imagine? They would literally turn into Piggly.
Well,
Fucking
no, they'd probably die a
glow
horrible
green.
death as the gamma radiation shot holes through their body.
Nah, they'll be fucking fine.
It's fine.
It'll be fine.
Carry the one, you'll be fine.
Fucking people visit Chernobyl for fucking vacation, and they survive. It'll be
Right, but
fine.
that's all timed and, well, I don't want to say it's regulated by the Russians very well, but it's regulated by the Russians.
Chernobyl's in Ukraine.
Yeah, well, It's the Russians' fault. So I'm just gonna say. Eat a little charcoal, you'll be good. Speaking of charcoal, that's a great. Thank you, Cause. That's a great segue. The second article I want to cover: Florida man charged with trying to quote unquote barbecue sex offenders at a motel.
That's right. Honestly, I don't think he did anything wrong.
And I was gonna say, I was like, can't really be mad at him.
I'm not. I'm mad that he got caught.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like,
Florida man has
I don't
been,
fucking care. Let him go.
Fuck you. Fucking it just trying to read the story and it crashed. What the fuck? Okay, here we go. Got it back. A Florida man has been jailed after police say he tried to char sex offenders to death. That's awesome. I don't care. That's awesome.
Right? Hell yeah. I don't fucking care. Honestly, I think all sex offenders should probably go through the same rigorous treatment of being barbecued.
George Porto Sierra, 50, confessed to, I'm going to slaughter this county, Oskalaka County investigators that he attempted to kill multiple people on March 7th at a motel in Kissimmee, WESH reported. The man allegedly told police he went to the Friendly Village in a motel. Wow, what a name. to quote, barbecue all the child molesters and on fire and kill them. The news station reported that at least 2 of the 4 victims are convicted sex offenders.
Oh, good.
Look, already batting 500. That's great.
Right? Hell yeah. Do it, dude.
Porto Sierra reportedly made several threats, including a taunt of, I'm going to kill you, child molester, before allegedly splashing gasoline on the door. Witnesses said, wow, this is terrible writing, Fox.
They were getting the story out in a hurry, all right? Don't you judge
Porto Sierra
them.
was holding a cigarette during the incident and hit a couple's car and poured gasoline on it. He's also accused of breaking a hotel window to pour gas inside the room. Porto Sierra told police he didn't act on his threats because they got here too soon, quote, according to WESH. He was formally charged on Thursday with 4 counts of attempted premeditated murder, the station reported, and is being held on no bond at the Oskalaka County Jail.
Oh my god, Hold on. Wait. I couldn't go through with my threats because you guys got here too soon. Way to go, cops. You fucked it up for everybody. That's all I heard.
Him. I mean, let's be real here. So here's my thing, right? If he gets a good lawyer, right? So the lawyer does all this digging on his alleged victims, right? And they all turn out to be 100% sex offenders, and their actions were against minors. Okay. Go to jury trial.
Right, yeah. Jury trial.
Fine. Good luck finding a jury.
I'm pleading not guilty.
No shit.
Motherfuckers. Because no jury is going to be like, oh yeah, no, he's guilty. Lock him up. Everyone's going to be like, he did nothing wrong.
That's what I truly think. If the defense does their job and they do it well, this guy he'll get a jury, seat them, and they'll have kids, right? Or they know somebody who went through this,
or
and
they'll
no,
have nieces or nephews. Yeah. Hell yeah. Exactly, Spanky. Move along. Nothing to see here.
And it's because look, there's honor among thieves, man. And when these guys go to jail, they're fucking.
And everyone knows that. If you're a fucking child molester, child rapist, and you go to prison, and word gets out what you did, like you don't survive long. Like that's And that, like, and honestly, like, that's so fucking, like, on it, like, honestly, that's fucking admirable amongst, like, you know, like you said, there's honor amongst thieves and, like, criminals and stuff, that they have this code where, like, hey, you don't fucking touch kids.
Right.
And so the guys that do, sucks
They
to suck.
they look like. Casey, call my number. Call my number. Well, you'd have to be a Florida resident, I'm sure, to be called for this jury.
Right. But that's just it, though. If this guy does plead not guilty, and if for somehow a jury finds him guilty, when word gets out in the prison, like what he did, like, oh, you were trying to barbecue pedophiles, dude, fuck yeah. Like, no one's gonna fuck with him. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
He will. He'll be fine.
You're fine.
I mean, he's gonna have that felony charge on his record, but you know.
Yeah.
At least in prison, like, he's gonna be somewhat respected. Like, oh yeah, good job, dude. Hell yeah. Burn him up.
He'd be all high-fiving and shit. What do you need, brother? You need a little bit of toilet twine. You need a little bit of...
You need some grog? I got it.
You need some grog. You need some cheeseburgers. I mean, we can get you hooked up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Speaking of jury duty, so apparently, because, like, everyone knows, so I lived with my grandparents for, like, a year, after I got out of the Army, because, you know, I needed a place to go, because my exit was sudden and unexpected, and it was like, well, what the fuck do I do now? Thanks, Obama.
Well, we'll get to that soon as well.
Well, yeah. Yes. But no, like, apparently my grandma, last time I talked to her, apparently I got summoned for jury duty in Arizona because I still may have probably not changed my residency to Texas.
What?
I mean, I've only lived here for like almost 2 years.
That's terrible.
You're
fine. You're fine. Just
I don't
send
know.
them letters saying.
Well, no. Okay.
No.
Like, seriously, the first time I went to, so when I first lived in Texas, because I lived in Texas immediately after I got out of the Army, and then I moved to Arizona because my grandparents were like, 1, we miss you, we haven't seen you in 10 years, and 2, like, you can get back up on your feet and, like, come stay with us. All right, fine, Grandma. Shut up, Joe. But yeah, no, like, when I first moved to Texas, and I went and I tried to, you know, become a Texas resident and, like, whatever, and get my fucking Texas driver's license, they were like, oh yeah, we can't do this because you're not, like, you only just moved here. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point, right? Is that I moved here and then I apply for this license because I'm living here. And they're like, well, you need to have utilities in your name. And I was like, well, that's an issue because they're in my roommate's name because I'm living in a townhouse with a roommate and all the utilities. What? It was such a hassle that I actually kept my California license, but had my Texas address on my California license.
That's really odd.
Right? Tell me how the fuck that works. So, because I had gone, I flew to California for my nephew's baptism. Mm-hmm. And while I was there, like, my driver's license had expired, so I had to, like, get a new one, which is, again, why I went to Texas, like, DMV, to be like, hey, my license is expiring, like, need to get a new one, and I live here now, so, you know, like, I don't know what to tell you. And Texas is like, nah, fuck you, bitch. And I was like, all right, then. And so then I went to California's DMV, and I was like, hey, my license is expiring, but I don't fucking live in the state. And they're like, oh, that's fine. We can put your Texas address on there. And I was like, well, all right, then. Weird. And they're like, so, and I was like, so wait, am I a resident of California or Texas? Like, I don't know. And they're like, meh.
50-50.
Meh, little column A, little column B. All right.
Call it good.
Fucking, yeah, I don't know.
Oh. Jesus, irony.
What? But yeah, I got out because, you know, the whole drawdown.
Yeah, the drawdown. Woohoo, drawdown.
Right? Oh, that's the reason you got out, too. Thanks, Obama.
Fuckers. But yeah. So.
Ross joint citizenship. Of California and Texas.
Yeah. Well, if the world falls apart, then yes, it will be. They will be their own.
God, I can't wait for California to secede. Do it. Do it.
God, wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh,
They think that California thinks, oh, we can do this and blah blah blah. We're the world's 5th largest economy. Blah blah blah. Yeah, wait till we cut your fucking water.
right. Shut off.
We'll cut off all your water from the Rockies. Good luck.
They get it from Oregon too.
Yeah, well, you know, Oregon won't let that fly anymore.
Oregonians, right?
Not like they bathe in it or anything, but still, I'm just saying.
Freaking So I think we need to have a new nickname for John Kerry.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yes, you have one. Obviously, you have one picked out already.
It's not as good as fucking Songbird McCain. Which, all right, can we just talk about that fucking asshole for a second?
Oh Lord.
No. Fuck John McCain. One, because, you know, I lived in Arizona, and you, sir, as a fucking veteran, let alone a POW, and I use that in fucking air quotes because the only reason you became a POW is because you disobeyed direct orders to go on that fucking flight mission. Like, if you had obeyed your fucking orders, you never would have been fucking captured. So your whole POW status, I fucking whatever, dude. But then, you know, and then when you were captured, you fucking were singing songs to the fucking enemy. Fuck you. You went against the code of conduct. Suck a dick. 2, the VA in Arizona is absolutely atrocious. Especially for someone who claims that, like, you know, oh, you're a veteran, you're a war hero. Again, air quotes. And, you know, like, oh, I care about fucking veterans. Then why the fuck is the worst VA in the country and the state that you fucking represent? But then this asshole is so goddamn bitter. Like, you are on your deathbed, Mr. McCain. You're on your fucking deathbed. Everyone knows it. You have a very aggressive, terminal form of brain cancer. It's literally a matter of days. So I'm glad you're getting your affairs in order. But the fact that you're making all these demands, like, oh, I don't want President Trump at my fucking funeral because reasons. He's not a nice man. He took us out of a bad deal, but, you know, it's going to promote globalism and blah, blah, blah. Like, god damn, dude. How fucking bitter can you fucking be? Ugh. Sorry.
Did you see the other day he he stated that he regretted having Sarah Palin as his running mate?
Yeah. Like, who the fuck are you, dude? Like, honestly. Like, oh yeah, I regret having Sarah Palin as my running mate. Why? Why though?
That was some fucking. I can't believe he said that. One, but it could go back to you know, like you're saying, it's the aggressive form of brain cancer that could be fucking with his shit.
He's always been like this, though.
Well, you never know, and
No, but he's always been like this. Which is why, like, honestly, I'm really glad he fucking lost. Like, did I, was I rooting for him? Yeah. Because, again, I didn't want fucking Obama back in office. But at the same time, they were really two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
You know?
Think?
So, which is why it's so fucking refreshing having someone who's not on the fucking coin.
Well, he probably stamped his own coin. I'm just saying.
Right? Exactly. He's fucking minted his own goddamn coin and threw it up there in the fucking coin toss. That's exactly what fucking happened. Is that he is not part of the fucking coin, and therefore nobody fucking likes him, and that's fine because President Trump is not here to make sure that Congress likes him.
Yeah, he's not here to make friends.
He's not here to make sure that, or to appease senators and congressmen and congresswomen. He doesn't fucking give a shit about them. And it's obvious, and it's fucking refreshing that he's not bowing down to their every fucking demand. Sorry.
No, you're good because again, I'll go back to what I would like to see him do.
Oh.
So it's May, right?
It's
the budget runs out at the end of September. We know how it's going to play out. We really do. But if he doesn't get what he wants in the budget, I hope to God if it comes through both houses, right? If it's passed by both houses, I'd like to see him just fuck everything up and veto it if he doesn't like it.
I think he will, because he already said that this last time that he signed the budget deal, he said this is the last time it's going to happen. He's already said, I will never sign another bill like this again. And if anything, Trump keeps his fucking word. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but he fucking keeps his fucking word. Like, and prime example is during his candidacy, he was talking about getting us out of the, quote, disastrous, unquote, Iran deal. And what fucking happened today? He fucking got us out of it. Mm-hmm. It took a year and a half, after he became president. But again, that's because that's when it fucking expired. That's when it was up for re-up or whatever.
Yep.
And I love how everyone is going about he's violating this treaty, blah, blah, blah. The Iran deal was never a treaty because Senate never fucking signed it. Congress never fucking approved it. It was a fucking, almost like an executive order put out by President Obama. It is not a treaty. The only way it could be a treaty is if the Senate and the House fucking approved it and signed it, which they didn't.
The Congress has the power to draw treaties.
Yes, which they didn't fucking do. So it's not a fucking treaty. Right. Right? So let's just fucking get that out there. Fuck.
Yep. So I think it's going to benefit us in the long term. Let's see, there's something I want to bring up about that. Is oh, I know where I've got it. Hold on. I got a quick synopsis here. Everybody's looking at that. I put on my phone to track it for the next couple of days. Oh, wow. Oil actually finished up. So oil was fluctuating a lot today. It actually finished above $70 at $70.19 a barrel for light sweet crude. For those of you who might not know, light sweet crude is what is used to base gasoline prices. So what they're worried about is how it was going to affect the oil market, and they said it was fluctuating wildly. So I started tracking it about 12 o'clock today, and it wasn't as dramatic as a swing as they were making it seem. It hovered around $69 a barrel most of the day, and obviously it finished up at $70.19. But I hope it affects oil and it drives oil down with this deal because it should start to open up the markets. What I don't want to see happen is that all these other nations start to freak out, right? And they're trying to do all these other deals, and they still try to keep it in place from their end.
So I'm really sorry I started laughing.
What's going on over there?
I just saw the best meme ever.
What?
This is amazing. Hold on, I have to show everybody. So keep talking while I can do this.
Oh, why are you trying to do this? But yeah, so I mean, the deal, I think it was a bad deal. I don't think it should have happened in the first place. I think Trump's on the right path, and we need to. Obviously, we have the backing of the Israelis, which is really good. But I don't think it's going to be as tough as everybody's making it out to be, who was a part of the deal in the first place. So it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. It all depends on what side of the coin you want to fall on for this. Speaking of coins, but I don't think it's going to really have that big of an impact on us.
No.
No, I think it's going to be, yeah, again, and this goes back to, and that's what they're trying to tie it to right now, oil prices, right? What does Trump's Iran decision mean for oil and gas prices? Obviously, we saw it fluctuate today, but again, it hovered around that $69 a barrel mark. So it's not, I don't think it's going to affect it like they wanted to say. We've seen $70 barrels before. I would like to see it drive it down. But they're part of OPEC. They can't really go against OPEC without pissing off OPEC. Because OPEC sets production levels. OPEC sets all this other stuff on what they're expected to get for production and price per barrel and all this other stuff. So yeah, that's great. And that's what that's not what the nation understands. It's like, oh, it's going to affect oil. Well, you say right out, it's part of OPEC. Okay, got it, right? Throw the sanction on there. OPEC still has to meet X amount of dollars a day or X amount of barrels a day. Okay, I don't really see it being that big of a deal. And we have domestic oil production. We can ramp that up hopefully and start cracking down on that.
All right, are you ready for this?
Yes, go ahead. Is it the one I dropped in chat earlier?
No.
Oh.
It's this.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
You know what a Venn diagram is, right?
What?
You know what a Venn diagram is, right?
Yeah.
The circles that intersect.
Yeah.
Things I find funny, things that I should not be joked about. Why I'm going to hell.
Right, this is it right here.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Dude, fucking Pip sent me that. And I fucking died. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's Host McCain. That's wow. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Isn't that's like one of the best memes I've ever seen.
Holy shit.
Let me just dig this. Getting it ready for you.
Oh god.
Okay, I've got to take it down. I can't stop.
Take it down. Are you gonna snort? It'd be terrible if you snorted.
Oh goodness.
Goodness gracious. See, this is a good hour. Holy cow, it was a fast hour.
It was a fast one. I need to refill my drink. Oh, who's our guest coming up?
Oh, our guest is I just had it. Bam. Eric Paws from Big Paws K-9.
That's awesome. Well, are you gonna give a little like description of that? Or?
No, really. I gave it to him last week.
Oh well, I don't remember. Last week,
Eric Paws will be joining us, ladies and gentlemen of the nation. Big Paws K-9 began with a small group of good friends and business associates. Almost 10 years later, there are over 150 service dogs with their veterans or first responders assisting them in their daily lives. They are entirely operated by non-paid volunteers, with most of them having a connection to the veteran or first responder community. Eric is in charge of their West Coast operations. He was fortunate enough to find this organization in early 2016. He's married with 2 boys, 1 on the way, and his service dog, Toby.
Toby!
Toby.
Oh my God. I almost said that line from fucking Roots. Your name is Toby.
Toby.
Oh, I'm going to hell.
No.
Your name is Toby.
Toby.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I gave it to them. No, but seriously, Grey Cloud, last week was like so long ago. It was like a week ago.
It was like a week ago.
Yeah, it's so long ago.
Just saying.
I don't even remember what I did yesterday.
Well, was there alcohol involved?
Only at night.
Well, then it was still a good day. Just saying.
Right? I can't drink during the day. I'm at work.
What?
It is severely frowned upon to do surgery on someone after you've been drinking.
Oh, well, I guess that's a little different.
Right?
Like I say, it's never stopped me at work.
Well, I know it's never stopped you, and it never stopped me when I was working in the orderly room.
You think this is just Coca-Cola. Yeah, let's go with that.
Right? Oh, yeah, you think this is just a mango fucking smoothie. Okay. There's definitely a shit ton of vodka in here. I gotta deal with your stupid ass.
My coffee would be so much better.
You got some Baileys in there?
Fuck yeah. Oh, that makes good coffee. Just saying.
All right, y'all. We are going to go to break. And when we come back, we are going to have Eric Paws on the show with us. And his face is going to be up here. I'm assuming it's handsome. I don't know. I've never seen him. But, you know. Yeah, we're going to go on a break.
Go on a break.
We're gonna fucking just go on a break.
Go on a break.
So everybody hang tight. We shall be back.
It's Friday night and I'm feeling low, and you're the reason that I do so. I'll keep on drinking till I comatose, or I pass out on the floor. You got me staring out the window. 8 hours late and you're a no-show. Where I'm from, that's called a no-go. I guess I should have known. I'm sleeping with one taking, and it's all because of you.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
In the fire, I give to your own desire and lose the life that we made. What hurts the most is
stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Welcome back, everybody, to part 2 of Tied Up Tuesday. I'm Minx again. Down there, instead of Gray Cloud, you're going to see Eric Paz. Hello, Eric.
Hello.
And then we also have Gail on the phone. Hi, Gail.
Hi.
And they are with Big Paws K-9 Foundation. And Gray Cloud kind of gave us a little bit information of what they are, but I want to hear it straight from you guys. What is Big Paws K-9 Foundation?
Take it away, Gail.
Okay, thanks, Eric. Big Paws K-9 Foundation is a 501c3 registered charity that trains and donates service and companion animals and also works with therapy dogs for disabled veterans and former first responders injured in the line of duty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we love it.
So when was Big Paws founded?
About 10 years ago, a gentleman by the name of Steve Slavic, who has served as a police officer in California, as well as in the Marine Corps, not once but twice, and has also served as a prison guard.
Oh, wow.
Took one of our original Big Paws dog, whose name is Windsor. Great Big Paws, that's where the name came from. And he was visiting some veterans who had been severely injured. And one of the veterans started really getting on with the dog, and his health progressed to the point that all the medical staff were amazed. And that kind of sparked the idea with Steve and his wife, Mary. And then they got a group of veterans together and put their heads together and came up with this idea 10 years ago in Miraloma, California.
Awesome. So literally out of someone's, living room, this
pretty much,
foundation started.
Like all great ideas, right?
Yeah. That's exactly, yeah. Like even this radio station came out of some guy's living room. That's how it first started.
Everything's got to start somewhere.
It does. Normally, I find a lot of the best organizations, though, do start off really small. And, and then they grow bigger. They don't just come out of nowhere and, take over.
Right.
It's a gradual
Well,
process.
with the amount of time and money that's invested in these types of organizations, it would be almost impossible to have it just kind of drop out of the sky unless it was from somebody that was ridiculously independently wealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from their backyard, we've grown to 3 chapters across the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
We've got our chapter here in Southern California, Gail's flagship chapter in South Dakota, and then a third in South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Yep, and we've got Gail right around 200 dogs now, 200 veterans paired up with dogs.
Yeah, because I've got 140 here in South Dakota and surrounding states.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh my God, that's incredible. So what kind of, are these service dogs, or are they more emotional support animals?
We do a little bit of both. Generally, we focus on the service animals because with the nature of post-traumatic stress and all of the joys that come along with coping with post-traumatic stress, we find that it is recognized as a disability, and the definition of a service dog is any dog that is individually trained to do work or perform a task to assist with a disability. So our main focus is on service dogs. But because we are not exclusive to other than our veterans and former first responders, we want to include them even if they don't have an issue. If they have a dog and they want to come and train with us, come and train with us. So that as opposed to being a dog training organization, we want to be known as a veterans and first responders organization that trains dogs, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we want to broaden our community and reach a lot more of the younger veterans.
Okay. How are you going about like doing that?
Well, in each region we have kind of different ways, because obviously each region has a different climate, not only physical climate, but also the climate of social aspects. So, Eric, if you want to talk about how you do things in California, then I can touch on what we do in South Dakota.
Sure. Here in Southern California, we've got about 25 handler teams that we're working with. We've got our main area in the Inland Empire region of Southern California, and then where I am here in Ventura County, I'm looking to start up my own pocket here of guys to train, because I know when I was really struggling, Big Paws helped me out with the loss of camaraderie, because I went from a high stress job where we relied on each other, then to being injured and having no one, being ashamed to talk about my injury. So I really relied on heavily on the group of guys that I trained with. We met up every Saturday at a park in Rancho Cucamonga, and we trained our dogs for about an hour, and then the next hour was just us BSing. And when you're only leaving your house for training, that I can't tell you how invaluable training was to me.
Yeah, well, we see that in South Dakota too. There's a lot of people. I mean, because we've been here for 5 years, we've grown to. We started with 2 dogs, and now we have, like I said, 140. But we also have our own facility. So we've got a 2,800 square foot training facility. So it actually is a brick and mortar place where the veterans and first responders can feel like it's their own little clubhouse. And we maintain that it's exclusive to veterans and first responders, because, civilians just really don't get it. It's not that we don't like them, but there's a lot of things that come up during our classes that civilians can't really wrap their head around, because they never laced up the boots. So when we're looking to get more people to join or to fill out an application to become part of us, whether it's as a member, a recipient of a dog, a volunteer, we do a lot of small community events so that we have the opportunity to be boots on ground and actually talking to people. And we really try and focus on veteran and first responder specific areas. So you start out going to Legions and going to VFWs and Purple Heart Association meetings, so that you can spread the word of mouth. And I think basically that has been our greatest ally, is having veterans tell other veterans that this is what you need. This is what we have.
Okay. Now we do have a question for you from Facebook Live. Obviously you do service animals and a couple emotional support animals. What about seizure response or seizure alert dogs?
No, sorry, I don't want to sound like I'm being too blunt, but our 4 areas of specialization are post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury, mobility, and breathing disorders.
Okay.
I used to work at the VA, so those are the top 4 issues that I saw coming through. So that's kind of where we specialize. The problem with seizure alert is that when someone has a seizure, brain cells die.
Yeah.
And dogs are never 100%. So it is our feeling as an organization that we're just going to step back from that aspect for the foreseeable future. I mean, I'm not saying that it's off the table entirely, but we would never be able to go to sleep at night if we knew that the possibility of one of our dogs missing an alert caused somebody grievous injury.
That makes sense.
As far as seizure response, that goes right in with our PTSD, the TBI, the mobility, because we teach dogs deep pressure therapy. We teach them to roll people into a rescue position. So as far as the seizure response, that kind of goes hand in hand with what we do anyway.
Okay. How long does it take to train these dogs? Like, do you go and get them from like no-kill shelters, or where do you get these dogs from?
Well, again, each part of the country is a little bit different on that one. We're a little different from other organizations in that we offer the opportunity to either have your own dog assessed and begin training with us, because I mean, you've done half the work. If you already have a bond with the dog, even if the dog has had no training, if you and the dog already have a bond, then half of our work is already done.
Yeah.
So we get our dogs from shelters. I run a prison program that starts off some of our dogs. Some of them will wash out and just get adopted into the community if they don't make it as a service dog. But I've got prisoners training dogs that can go directly to people. And then we also occasionally will use reputable breeders for specialized requests. So, for example, if we have somebody that's very large and needs a brace and balance dog, and we don't happen to have one of those giant breeds like a Saint Bernard or a Great Pyrenees or Dogged Bordeaux, if we don't have any of those in our local shelters or rescues, then obviously we would have to do some research and find a reputable breeder that would be able to take care of that need for us.
Right, find one of those giant dogs to... like a giant Newfoundland.
They're awesome.
They are. Oh my God, I've seen them. They're like huge teddy bears.
But you have to have a mop.
Good. Yes. Oh my God, the slobber. Like you have to carry. I don't know if anyone has been around in Newfoundland, but you literally have to carry around like a beach towel, just an everyday routine, just to get all the slobber, because like they'll just be sitting there not doing anything, and it's just like raining out of their mouth. Ugh. But they're the cutest dogs.
Now, it's a little different in California. Eric, you can talk about where your dogs come from.
We are, the vast majority of our guys have owner trained dogs, the dogs that they brought in as their pet. We assess them, they pass the assessment, and then we help train them up to be the service dog. We have probably 5, I want to say, that are big Paws dogs, but just out here due to lack of funds, we haven't been able to do that for quite some time, to give a dog to a veteran.
Okay.
Fundraising's hard.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned.
Great Cloud, I know you've got questions.
I always have questions when it comes to awesome dogs.
Oh God.
So I heard you guys talking about they can come with their own dog. My question is, does that make the process easier or harder if a vet that's been approved for the service dog to help them complete that training?
I only have about 2 years. I've seen some issues that probably are unique to having a pet owner trained dog. One of them being, the guy's dog passed the assessment, but then during training we start finding that this dog has issues itself, and then you have to spend time that instead of working towards becoming a service dog, now trying to correct some of these behaviors that didn't come to light until training started. What do you think, Gail?
Oh, I agree wholeheartely. It's much like the double-sided coin that Minx was talking about earlier. If you sorry, I'm still stuck on that. That was so awesome. And anyway, when you have an owner trained dog, the first bonus that you have is that the relationship is already there, because theoretically these dogs are going to save somebody's life. So you have to ensure that there is a rock solid bond between the human and the dog. The other thing we notice is that when it's their own dog coming in, they try harder because they don't want their dog to fail, because they feel almost like it would be a reflection on themselves. Does that make sense?
It does.
Oh, it does.
And yeah, so I find there's that, but then the problem is people can sometimes be a little unrealistic about what their dog is actually able to do. I have one fully trained and working on her second round of certifications, 9-pound Maltese. Yeah, right?
A football? Really?
We call him the ninja assassin.
Right? Oh my God! Like,
because we've got all these huge dogs, and little Max walks in, and he takes no guff from any of them, and he's like 9 pounds, white fur ball. He doesn't even look like a real dog.
I was going to say that's a cat.
So, yeah, my first instinct was like, what did I do in a past life that I must pay in such a way? But at the same time, the gal who has him would not be able to handle a big dog. She just would not be able to handle a big dog. So she doesn't necessarily, at this point in time, have mobility issues where she would have to use the dog for brace and balance, and that's generally what we would use the larger dogs for.
Right.
But she has breathing issues that the dog can go. We have him trained, believe it or not, we trained a Maltese to retrieve a phone to bring it to her in case of an emergency.
That's awesome.
We also have a special tiny little dollar store bag, one of those little reusable bags, and I swear you might be able to fit 4 fingers in it. But we got it at the dollar store, and we put a bunch of her medications, her emergency medications in it, and it's in a specific spot. And if she can't get to her medications, that dog can go to that spot, get the medications, and bring them to her.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
So, each case is different, and we treat each veteran and first responder differently. We look at what their issues are. We try and find the best dog for them. But if they already have a dog, as long as that dog is capable of doing what we can get it to do, then either getting a dog or having your own dog has pros and cons both ways.
Okay. So a follow-up to that then. So let's say the vet or first responder qualifies for a service dog, okay? Their dog, and they have a dog, but it washes out basically, right? It just cannot cope with or meet the tasks. Could they then go through the waiting process of finding a dog that can, and hopefully that bond works, and then now they have they have 2 dogs essentially, and one is actually specific to tasking.
Yeah, I mean, anytime that you're going to introduce a new dog into a household, there's going to be that adjustment period. So that's something that we work on very slowly and very carefully.
Okay.
Because dog number 1 is already the master of that household in his mind.
Right.
So when doggy 2 comes in, then you kind of have that little posturing deal for a bit. But secondarily to that, service dogs generally go everywhere with their handler.
Ooh.
So sometimes you want to make sure that you either have another person available or you have an amount of time available to give both dogs the attention that they would need.
Gotcha.
Because if dog 1 sees dog 2 going out with the handler all the time, you're going to end up with some behavioral issues.
Gotcha. I think that'd be one. I think it'd be awesome to have 2 dogs and one that could go fetch me a beer when I needed it. But 2, like that, that's the dynamic I worry about. Is like you said, dog 1 is been with the owner longer, but yet dog 2 here and seems to be getting more attention, but is not. They're actually working and performing specific tasks for that owner.
But dogs don't recognize that.
I know they don't, but man, the patience that must be needed on all parties you guys, the owner or the vet or first responder rather, to make that dynamic work. Man, I can't even imagine going through that.
Oh, we have 2 service dogs at our house, and we have dogs rolling through all the time. But because each of our dogs is specific to the individuals in the house, it works out really well. But I do have people who have multi-dog households with only 1 service dog. And basically, since we open our doors to veterans and first responders, we allow people to take their service dogs in one day and their other dog in the next day. So we can kind of still try and help them balance it out, because like I said earlier about wanting to be more of a veteran and first responder organization, it's about helping like the community of events that go through your life. If that makes sense.
It does. So I'm looking at your guys' website, and I see your applications page. So I see the apply button, and then it says apply to foster a service dog. Tell me, I want to know more about that piece.
Right. Yes. Oh, good point, Gray Cloud. Good question.
Okay, well, I will let Eric take that one on, because currently in South Dakota, I have 10 dogs working at the prison, so I don't really have a need for foster homes, other than temporary foster homes. If somebody goes into the hospital and it's respite care so that the dog is taken care of while the owner's in the hospital. But with Eric, obviously, California, you guys need foster homes.
It's kind of what comes first, the chicken or the egg. As soon as we can, I would like to have foster homes lined up and vetted. So as soon as we fundraise and we get to the point where we can take on a big Paws dog and then hand it over to the foster person, then that person would be responsible for attending trainings, and nurturing the dog and taking the dog out to socialize and get it ready for when we have that dog is ready to be handed over to the veteran or first responder.
So how hard is it? One, is it hard to find individuals willing to foster a service dog for that? And 2, I can't imagine being a foster parent to a service dog or a dog period, because you can form a bond with the dog in a hurry, and man, that's got to hurt to send them away. But it would feel good because they're going on to help a fellow brother or sister that needs them.
Well, here's the thing: when one crate empties,
it's very difficult.
There's room for a new puppy.
I've had that argument with my wife, and that's why we don't have a foster dog here, because she wants to keep the dog that comes into our house. Where I know it's going to be tough, but I want to help guys.
No. So let me ask you this: and what are some of the criteria for being a foster parent, a foster dog parent?
Ideally, we would have to have somebody that has the time necessary to work with a dog, because we do need them potty trained, we need them crate trained, and we need them socialized, and need them available to go to training classes. So it would have to be somebody that is, say, semi-retired or is in a part-time employment position and has the free time that the dog requires. Because obviously these dogs go through an awful lot more training than any other dog, but any working dog with a huge amount of training. And that 24/7 availability is something that unfortunately a lot of people don't have. So that makes it kind of tough, even though all kinds of people are like, yeah, I'd love to foster a service dog, but they don't understand the amount of work that actually goes into it.
Yeah, and I think if there's one thing I could throw out there to the nation as they're looking at your organization and maybe trying to get involved, because we do have some great individuals, not only in the veteran community, but that follow our page. It's a big deal, guys, and if you want to help, be sure you can commit all the way, because these dogs are going to go help your brothers and sisters that actually need them. So.
And,
Absolutely.
Eric, I know you were trying to respond to Gray Cloud's question as well, so I'll let you respond.
I don't even remember where I was going with it. I heard you act like a Fox News correspondent there, having to break up Gail and I from talking at the same time.
It's okay, it happens.
I think I was just going to say that, it just takes somebody, like Gail said, with a lot of patience and that can handle the responsibility of taking a dog to training, because it's a big commitment.
Yeah.
It took me by surprise how much time and energy it takes to have a service dog.
Like I know I personally, like, I would love to foster dogs, but I know myself and I would never want to give them back. And be like, no, this is my dog now. Like,
yeah,
you guys go away.
Good. That's good. I mean,
So we do the
better
bait
than
and
getting
switch.
one and then going, no, I'm holding on to this guy.
Right?
He's
Yeah.
mine.
That would be me. Like, no, he's mine.
Bait and switch.
Yeah, we do bait and switch. We grab a really cute puppy, and we show you the really cute puppy after you've already spent 6 months going through all of the chewing and nipping and biting and puppy stages. And I hand you this gorgeous little fluffy ball of yum, and they lick your face, and you're like, Fido who? Yeah, and that dog goes out and helps his veteran, and poof, you've got an empty crate, and now you've got a handful of puppy that can go in that empty crate.
Now that's just
We just
mean.
keep rotating.
That's mean and trickery, and I'd fall for it every time, and then I'd be like sad that the other one's gone, and be like, no, they took my other dog, but I've got the puppy. The bait and switch. Oh my god, I love that.
So I'm looking at your guys' Facebook page, and I see 2 events coming up in June. You want to tell the nation about them?
I think those are the events that are listed for South Dakota. We have Solomon's Guard is a group of motorcycle enthusiasts who love what we're doing, and they're part of our fundraising group. So they're having a poker run on June the 2nd. And then the CVMA, who everybody knows is the Combat Vets Motorcycle Association, they are having their 4th annual Big Paws poker run as well. So we've got 2 weekends full of bikes and babes and puppies and beer, and it's going to be wonderful. And money at the end of it.
When is it? What?
Did I lose you after babes?
I heard babes, puppies, and beer, and that's
right?
Like,
oh my god,
that's a pretty good deal. I'm
right?
just saying.
You know
There's
it.
the bait.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, no, that
June
exactly.
2nd and June 9th.
June 9th in South Dakota. All right, that is one state I've never been to, so I might have to, because you literally had me at puppies and beer. Like, what? Yes. And like,
Yeah, we have
like,
a lot of good-looking veterans that come
I was
out for
gonna
it
say,
too,
and then-
so you can see hot guys as well as babes.
Yeah, that, and I mean, I'll admire women too. I have no shame. Be like, yeah, no, she's hot. So
Awesome.
yeah, no, you baited me. Like, okay, yes, I'll come to South Dakota.
I'll have to send you a picture of the puppy I picked up yesterday. So you can pet this puppy if you come here.
Oh my God, now you're bribing me?
Yep. I have no shame.
Hey, Big Paw's not about bribing people.
Yeah, it is. No, of course not. I mean, obviously our mission is to help, but let's have fun while we're doing it. So, bribe on.
Bribe on. Exactly.
Oh my God, yeah. Seriously though, like, I love puppies. They're better than people.
Yeah, they really are.
Oh.
But no, Spanky said something as well. She agrees. She can't foster because she would end up having like 76 dogs. And I completely agree with her. Like, I would end up keeping and be like, no, you can't take him back. Like, he's defective. So
Defective.
he's got to stay with me. And it would be the same pattern every foster dog that I would get, and be like, no, he's defective. He can't do this. I can't seem to potty train him. I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah, show up to class with your dog in a diaper. You win.
Wow, I got nothing on that.
Oh my goodness. So where can people go to help donate and like give you guys funds for? Because I know this program or training dogs is not cheap. I know that fostering dogs is not cheap. I know finding dogs is not cheap. So where can people go to like help donate money to this organization?
Well, there's two major ways you can do it. One, you can go to our website. We have a Donate Now button on the page, the website. We also have the Donate button on our Facebook page. But if you follow our Facebook page, we try and have a couple of events every single month. And at any time, if we have bodies coming out to help support us with our fundraising, because usually our fundraising events are a lot of fun. And so having the numbers of people there to support would help out dramatically as well.
Nice.
Yeah, we're really proactive about putting stuff on our Facebook page and getting out there in the community and fundraising. If people want to come out and see us and meet some of our veterans and dogs, we're really good about putting on events on the Facebook page.
Okay. And now actually we heard about you guys through a friend of mine.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I contacted you, Eric, and I was like, hey, my friend told me to contact you and contact Spanky. If you guys want to come on
The
air.
power of the internet and Facebook, it's a wonderful thing sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that your friend Adrian was able to connect us.
Hell yeah.
And thank you guys.
This is the second organization he's actually brought to our attention. And so, yeah, he's doing awesome. I kind of want to hire him on as like my networking guy. Like, hey, go find these organizations.
There you go. Hey, Adrian, if you're listening, man, you can moonlight for WTF Radio.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's worked out so far really well. So, Great Cloud.
Yes.
I know you've got more.
I had one. Hold on, I gotta come up with it again. All right. So, I know you guys get this question a lot, and I know it's always dependent on situations and time available and things like that. But on average, start to finish, when a dog is identified for the program and it is actually placed with a veteran or first responder, what's average?
Well, I'll answer this. Eric is fairly new and hasn't done any direct placements. Generally speaking, we look at a 2-year time frame between the time that somebody starts with Big Paws and he or she and their dog have turned into a well-oiled machine. The dog will certify long before that point, but at about the 2-year mark, it seems to be the magic where the communication just becomes so fluid between the two that we don't have to, really worry about them anymore. I mean, we get them to continue training, and we emphasize that the dogs need to train throughout the entirety of their service. I believe that any dog should have to train throughout the entirety of their life to keep their minds active, to keep them from chewing shoes, and to give you and your dog something to do together. But from the time of application until we allow the dog to pick the person, we want the people to come in, meet some other people, watch a class or two so they get a good idea of what they're getting into. Because like Eric mentioned, it's a much more involved process than a lot of people think. You don't just call up and stop and have like a drive-through service dog. You know, you have to put in the time, the energy, the effort, the commitment, the whole bit. So we extend that to ensure that our dogs are going to a good place and that we have a good placement, meaning that we know that the partnership is going to work. But as a rule of thumb, I say 2 years.
Okay. That's, and again, Nation, if you're listening and this is something you're considering or might want to look into for yourself or somebody you might know to push them this way, again, a good product takes time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? A good service dog is not going to take, weeks to make, if you will.
Not at all.
Yep.
So, and like a legit service dog, not just, a $50 thing that you buy online.
Yeah.
Oh, the bane of our existence.
Right, yeah. Because that's been, I know that's been coming up here a lot, actually, in the news, is these almost like fake service dogs where people are going online and like buying, paying like $50, $60 or whatever for these little tags that, like, for their dogs to say like, oh yeah, this is a certified, service animal, which in actuality, like, that you guys don't really certify these dogs. It's just they either are or they're not. And these fake service dogs are out there giving real service dogs a bad name. And, fucking causing a ruckus in stores and whatnot. So then when veterans with real service dogs come in, they're almost, what's the right word?
Vilified?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've been followed around at the grocery store by store managers. More than like almost trying because I have a pit bull, like encouraging me to leave. Not they know they can't tell me to leave, but definitely I get the vibe that they're trying to make me uncomfortable, so I just leave the area.
Yeah. Which is, which is completely unnecessary and I think shameful, but at the same time, I know it's not your fault. I know it's not your dog's fault and it doesn't matter what breed he is. If he's a service dog, especially when he's out and especially if he's wearing his vest, a true service dog knows that they're working. And they know better than to sniff everything, than to interact with anyone else except for their handler. And so I think it's a real shame, though, that those of our, brothers and sisters, whether they're veterans or, first responders, if they're out there with their actual service dog, the fact that they get, like Gail said, vilified because of these fake service animals who, relieve themselves in the middle of a store, which a real service dog knows not to do. Or if, they're barking, which a real service dog knows not to do. And it's almost like they're giving service animals a bad name now.
Well, then there's the secondary portion of that you have to examine as well. A lot of our veterans have invisible injuries. Excuse me. So, first of all, you're going to have the people out there that see somebody with a service dog and they look fine to the outside world, not knowing whatever battle that they're waging within themselves. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
So you've got that where the person is already going to feel like a spotlight is on them and their dog, but then it gets multiplied because of the other dogs that have misbehaved in public places.
And which, honestly, if that starts triggering, like, I hate to use the word, but if that starts triggering the veteran or the first responder, especially if they've got severe anxiety or PTSD, that's going to start a response in them if they're feeling uncomfortable in their surroundings, which their dog is going to pick up on. And their dog is going to be on alert. Like, okay, what's the threat? What's going on? Like, what's wrong, Dad? Which can just lead to, like, an escalation of, like, things that should never even be happening.
Right, and I'm going to go off on this real quick. And I think the ADA missed on this. They truly, truly did. Right, there should be, and I know everybody was, oh, we know that's invasion of privacy, blah 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 blah. Well, a lot of this could be fixed with a nationally recognized ID, a nationally recognized certificate, or something that the vet, or first responder, whomever has a service dog, it doesn't matter. Vet, first responder, or an ordinary Joe civilian, right? They have this nationally recognized item on them, right? Because I'm sorry, a handicap placard issued in Alaska is going to be recognized in Florida. Why? Because it's a standard. And I truly feel the ADA fucked this up.
I agree with you.
They fucked it up, and they're making it worse for everybody else because they don't want to come out because everybody's fucking scared. Well, you know what? Fuck being scared. Fuck hurting people's feelings. There needs to be a standard. So our vets and our first responders, like Gail said, the ones with the invisible wounds, the ones that can't be seen by your eyes and whatnot, so they don't have to feel that way. They whip out that fucking nationally recognized card, say, fuck you, have a nice day, leave me alone. And move out with their service dog.
Yeah, and you know something, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I would love to have something like that in place. The unfortunate thing is because when the ADA put this all together, I mean, it all stemmed from the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That I don't think that they perceived the growth of this industry the way that it has. So they didn't put those restrictions on from the get-go, which is the problem. Because now what you have to do is you have to find the money to set up a national set of standards. And again, because this is the federal government, you know, they have to do studies. And they have to do their experimentation and all of this. So they get these national standards, and then they have to have it so that they have people that can implement these standards all across the country. And then on top of that, I mean, obviously the government is going to try and recoup some of that money. It would mean that they would have to charge people for that type of testing. So that's where it gets really, really murky because it wasn't done properly to start with.
Oh, okay.
Right. And that's, oh, go ahead, Mick. Sorry.
I was gonna say, it's been an hour.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's time for our break. So, and I know we're in the middle of a conversation and whatnot, but Gail, I'm Gail, Eric. I'm giving you guys an open invitation to please come back on the show and because I know we've got so much more to talk about. So yes, I would love to have you guys back on.
Oh, that'd be great. To.
Awesome. And I'm so sorry about cutting you guys off right now, but it's just it's break time. It's
no worries, my
dear. Our hour. So everyone just hold tight, and when we come back, we are gonna have part 3 of Tied Up Tuesday. Shots.
Take a look inside your life. Is it so bad? Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. that you're naked. If you bleed, you won't feel it. You won't see me at all. You can fight, you can hide that you're naked. If you bleed, you won't feel it. You won't see me at all. You can fight, you can hide that you're naked.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Cartman!
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Welcome back, everybody, for part 3 of Tied Up Tuesday. Dude, I almost said Friday Night Freedom.
Hey, a little early, that's all I would say.
Well, a little early for that.
Just a little. Like, I don't know, 3 days worth of early.
God. Dude, I did that on Friday, too. I called it Tied Up Tuesday. I'm like, wait, no.
Yeah, 3 days early.
Definitely Friday. Ugh. But no, in actuality, it is Tuesday. It is May 8th. Happy anniversary for VE Day.
Yes, VE Day.
So, hooray! Fuck you, Nazis.
And to Pierce Morgan, you'd be speaking German if it wasn't for our American and our big badass guns.
Right? You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Fuck. Right? Germany, we beat you for a second time today, many years ago.
World champs those times.
Right, exactly. Back to back.
Let's hope there's not a third go round, because the trifecta would be annoying.
I mean, if we really have to prove our dominance for a third time, something's wrong. Obviously, the world was not paying attention the last 2 times.
Yeah. Go ahead. Fuck with us again. See what
Right?
happens.
If we have to get involved, we're going to win.
Yeah. It's going to be over in a hurry. You'll be sad.
That was a good interview, dude.
That was a good interview, right? And I lost the rant I was on because I was rolling, and then we had to go. But
I felt so bad cutting you off.
yeah, no, that's the kind of shit that pisses me off, right? There's all these people out there trying to fuck over the system, and she's right. It would take some shit. Bullshit. What you're gonna see now? Gray Cloud's U.S. certification for service dogs. Bam.
Right? Service dogs, not service parrots, not service peacocks. ICE, not service honey badgers.
Service dogs. And you know what? The holographic emblem will be of the station.
Will be the station logo.
That's how you know it's legit.
Right? It'll have a big WTF on there.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome. Be holographic. Woo. But no, it makes me fucking pissed off that it's come to this bad of a situation where legit people that require a service dog or service animal, right, are being questioned because of all the fuck ups that are happening.
Yeah, because there's these fucking college kids who are claiming, oh, I have PTSD because I had to go to fucking class and take a final. So I need a service animal. And when in actuality, they are not using a service animal. Like if your dog does not literally perform a service, like if you cannot function a day in your life without that dog doing a service for you, it's not a service dog. You don't need a service dog.
Nope. No, you do not. No, it was a good interview, great organization. God, we've had like, what is that, like a half a dozen dog-related organizations
on our show. Yeah.
It's awesome.
I love it. Mostly because I'm obsessed with dogs, and I'm gonna have to take Gail up on that invitation to South Dakota.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Puppies! And beer.
Nothing but puppies and beer for a weekend. That'd be fucking fantastic.
I have to make sure I'm not on call.
You should probably do that. Because that would be important.
Right, yes. I'm on calls. Like, I would cry if I was on call that weekend. And
you got 30 days. I mean, literally, you have 30 days to get it figured out.
Yes, I do.
I'm sure you could wait. You could swing it with somebody, probably.
Right? Yeah, because like I know I pull call the first weekend of June. So hopefully I won't have to do the second weekend.
Fine, it'd be fine.
It'll be fine.
Just wing it.
Right. Oh, cause good point. Licking peanut butter off of you is not a service.
Spanky seems to differ. Just saying. Because she's questioning that from Cause. I'm just saying.
Right. Like, no, I know where Cause is coming from. Spanky, it's where you put peanut butter, like, on your, like, if you're a chick, if it's where you put peanut butter on, like, your vag or your clit, so that way the dog licks it off.
Wow.
And that is not a service that the dog is supposed to perform.
That's wow.
Dude, seriously, apparently guys do it too, but like they'll put the peanut butter like either on their balls or on their dick and have their dogs like lick it off and like yeah. That Stanky, that is what Cause is talking about. It's a dog giving oral sex.
I was not prepared. Wow. Well, speaking of that,
what?
I've got a story for you and I want your, because you're in the medical arena.
Are we talking like oral sex or peanut butter?
This has nothing to do with those. God, I hope not.
You just said, speaking of that.
Speaking of that, we're moving right along with infectious disease passing.
Oh, okay. Now I see where you're going.
Washington nurse arrested for infecting patients with hepatitis C, police say.
What the fuck?
Nation, this story I'm pulling from Fox News. A Washington nurse accused of infecting at least 2 patients with hepatitis C was arrested last week.
Like, did she fuck them or, like, stick them with a dirty needle?
We're going to get to that. Just wait.
Oh, God. I need to know now.
Coral Webberg, 31, could face second-degree assault charges as prosecutors claim she stole injectable drugs from Schwab's Good Samaritan Hospital where she worked and knowingly infected patients with hepatitis C, the News Tribune reported. So it wasn't even good. She just stabbed people with needles, apparently. Good Samaritan and local and state health department officials have conducted a thorough investigation and determined that one of our nurses was removing higher than normal amounts of narcotics from our dispensing system and admitted to diverting medications intended for patients, the multi-care health system said in a safety alert last week. Oh, so she's accused of both, apparently. Stealing drugs and infecting patients with Hep C.
Oh.
Wow. Why? Really? Just steal the drugs, Let's fucking be smart about this.
Go big or go home, man.
The hospital system said it informed 2 patients treated in December 2017 by the nurse that were infected with the disease while at the hospital. Multicare Health Systems encouraged people who visited the emergency room between August 2017 and March 2018 to be tested. Wow, that's a big window. That's
That is a very big window.
Throughout, police said Weberg, who has Hep C, intentionally contaminated medicine or another substance with her own blood. However, Good Samaritan hospital workers previously said Weberg was surprised, quote unquote, surprised.
Right, yeah.
She had the virus after she took a test in March, according to the News Tribune.
Like March 2018 or March 2017?
It does not say, but usually if it says just March, then it's the current year.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because this whole week is National Nurses Week.
Was.
No, it is.
Week. I thought last week was Nurses Week.
No, this week is Nurses Week.
This week is Teachers Week.
This week is Nurses Week.
Teachers.
I'm telling you right now, considering I work at a hospital, it's Nurses Week. Last week was Teachers.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go with you. Oh, right now, we'll go with you. We'll just leave it at that. Agree to disagree.
I work at a hospital and we have flyers all over the place that say, "Hey, celebrate Nurses Week."
Next week.
But it's this week.
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked.
Motherfucker, I will stab you in the neck with a spork.
That was really terrible.
I will put the chocolate down in front of Minx Gray and walk away.
Might whip it at her, I'm just saying. Anyway. Weberg's attorney, Brian Hirschman, said there's no connection between the outbreak and the nurse.
How is there no connection when they clearly just said in the statement above that she was knowingly infecting people with her own blood?
Right. They need to have a scapegoat, Hirschman told KCPQ TV of the hospital. They can draw no connection to my client, none, and they've tried. He said. So what they know is they're facing civil litigation and they've got to find a scapegoat. What better person than someone who's got some narcotics issues, right? The Tacoma Pierce County Health Department has established a link between the viruses both patients contracted while at the hospital, the News Tribune reported. However, health investigators were unable to conclusively find a genetic link between Weberg and the patients. Weberg also said her exposure to hepatitis C was not strong enough for her to be able to infect other people.
Okay, Spanky is an amazing administrative assistant because Teachers Week is May 7th through the 11th. So technically you're right. But Nurses Week is May 6th through the 12th. So more importantly, I'm right.
It doesn't work that way. Either I'm right or you're right.
No, it does. So this way, we're both right. But more importantly, I'm right.
Oh, Lord help us. Anyways.
Just remember that. So that was 1. 2, I love how her lawyer, if you can even call him that.
Well, he practices law.
I mean, in theory. In theory.
Well, he says he's a lawyer. I'm just saying.
No. Let me finish. I've got a point.
Okay.
So, shut up, Great Cloud.
I didn't say anything.
No, okay. So I love how her lawyer was like, oh, she only has a narcotics issue, so let's turn her into a scapegoat. It's like, stealing narcotics is still a big deal. Like, it's super illegal. Either way,
and that's
she's
true.
fucked. But, like, I love how her lawyer's, like, trying to downplay it and be like, oh, no, she only has a problem with stealing narcotics. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
No, the point he's making is that, well, she's already got this one issue, so let's tie it to this other issue to her because it'll be easy deflection.
Oh, I don't think that's what he's doing.
I think so because that's what good lawyers do.
Oh, are you a lawyer now?
I didn't say I was a lawyer. I'm just saying that's what good lawyers do. I mean, look at O.J. Simpson.
No, that's right. The glove didn't fit.
You must have quit.
So right after I was medevaced from Afghanistan, one of the girls who was stationed with us she wasn't like part of the unit I was with, but she was VetCom. And so she's a veterinary assistant, right? She's on the same fob as me, lived in the same tent as me, because again, that's where all the medical people were. She got fucking busted for, she had to go to Kandahar for some reason, but they busted her at Kandahar breaking into her narcotics box.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then when they searched her like room in our tent, they discovered Adderall just kind of floating around in one of her drawers, which she stole from me. And I know this because after I had left Afghanistan, like again, I was medevaced out. I then went under investigation and was pending a field grade Article 15 because a bunch of my Adderall got stolen. And I reported it right away, like, hey, I'm missing Adderall, like, I'm a lot. Like, I'm due for a going by this bottle, I'm going to need a refill within, like, a week. When in actuality, I should be good for at least another month and a half. Like, that's how much Adderall was fucking missing. And,
wow.
Yeah. And when I reported it to my E7, because I refused to call him an NCO because he wasn't. He was a fucking pay grade. When I reported it to my E7, his first response to me was like, well, what do you want me to do about it? And I was like, this is a controlled substance. Like, hello? Like, you're fucking medical. Like, hello? Like,
you're medicaling.
This is a big deal. Like, this is legal methamphetamine that we're talking about right now. Like, this is a big deal that it's missing. And so I came under fire for it, and they were accusing me of selling it to people.
Wow.
And I'm like, if I was selling it, I wouldn't report that it's missing. Like, worst criminal ever to be like, I'm selling my drug, but at the same time, oh no, it's gone missing. But yeah, so she got fucking busted for, long story short. She got fucking busted breaking into her narc box. But yeah, fucking narcotics abuse and like theft is not a joke for hospital workers at all. Freaking like one of the biggest careers in medicine actually who is guilty of doing this is actually anesthetists, because a lot of our drugs, they're clear, right? And they have they've got access to all of them, right? In surgery. And so it's, when they go to be like, hey, can you guys help, like, track that I'm wasting this drug? And when in reality, they're just squirting out saline. But it's in a syringe. It's marked that it's supposed to be a narcotic, but it's not. So, like, when someone's busted for narcotics abuse in a hospital, it's a big fucking deal. And, like, that person is gone within, like, a day.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, during their investigation time, they are not allowed at work. Like, they're put on administrative leave or whatever. But, like, that day, that any sort of just, I guess, inquiry into someone, be like, hey, we think this person's stealing narcotics, that day that person is put on administrative leave, and they are not welcome back until the investigation is complete.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not a fucking joke. which is why I was fucking laughing. Like, oh, they're downplaying her fucking infecting people, and then being like, oh, she just has a narcotics problem. It's like, that's still a big fucking deal.
It is. But knowingly infecting somebody, that's some fucked up shit.
Yeah. California has made, like, speaking of, like, infecting people, California has made it no longer a felony to knowingly infect people with HIV.
I know. Did we cover that a couple weeks back?
I think we did. Like, I think it was a couple months ago. But yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like,
That's not a big deal. I just walk around infecting people for the fuck of it. Yes.
I digress.
You digress.
I did.
Anyways. Oh, let's see here. What else do we want to talk about tonight? Man, there's some good stuff out there.
Right. So, okay, I want to talk about the Iran deal.
Again?
Well, we only kind of touched on it.
Okay. Well, okay. I guess my question to you would be, what portion of this Iran deal do you want to speak about? Because there's a couple of different aspects to it. Do you want to talk about John Kerry and his ties to the Iranians? Do you want to talk about Obama slamming it? Do you want to talk about John Kerry trying to backdoor the POTUS? Wow.
Yeah, and we're back to the first hour talking about backdooring some dude. Great cloud.
Yes.
Is there something you're not telling us?
There is not.
Are you sure?
I am definitely sure. So again, this is very intriguing because there are multiple facets to this story itself.
Yeah.
And it's, if you're not actually reading it yourself, or if you're not following along and you're just going along with the narrative or whatever the news is putting out, you're going to miss out, nation.
Yeah, there's a lot of different moving parts to this story. So one thing, like Grey Cloud mentioned, is that John Kerry, our former Secretary of State, apparently met with a bunch of Iranian diplomats to try to backdoor an extension of the Iran deal, which again is not a treaty. So automatically, if anyone calls it a treaty, they're like I said in the first hour, they're wrong. They're just absolutely wrong. Like, no, it's not a treaty. By definition, it's not. So technically, we can back out of it at any time that we fucking want. But yeah, so John Kerry was trying to almost like extend this executive order that President Obama had put out. And then we find out today that John Kerry's daughter married an Iranian national.
How interesting.
Right? Which is a complete conflict of interest. Like, dude, you have no room to talk on any sort of deal with Iran because you've got a personal interest involved now that your daughter is now married to an Iranian citizen. Which how did that fucking work out? How did they meet? Like, did he sell, did he sell his daughter Like, what kind of fucking dowry did he get? Like, are we talking like medieval times now? Like,
Evil times.
no, like seriously, did he get some goats and like a camel for her?
Well, if you look at the photo, if that's really her.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, hold on. I'm just saying, if that's the actual photo and that's actually her, God, it probably would have cost him a lot more to push that off on him.
Right? Like,
oh, I'm sorry. Was that out loud?
Great Cloud, that wasn't nice.
But
no,
sorry.
like
I'm
seriously,
sorry,
like what? Spanky and I are sharing a mind. Who make that noise? Which noise, Heath? I make a lot of noises. Like which noise are we talking about?
Yes, Spanky. Iran is an OPEC.
Friggin' what? Wait, what is OPEC?
Oil producing economic countries or some garbage like that. Oil producing exporting countries.
Right. Okay. So this article, right, about John Kerry and his daughter, it says, if he weren't a corrupt bureaucrat, John Kerry would have rescued himself from all negotiations with Iran, and for that matter, Israel. Recused. There we go. Instead, his leadership has proven an epic disaster of foreign policy for the United States, especially in the Middle East. Why? Family and personal wealth before country. That mantra has served former Secretary of State John Kerry well during his decades of public service. Kerry's daughter Vanessa is married to an Iranian national and physician. His best man at the ceremony was the son of Mohammed Javad, there we go, Zarif, or Iran's Minister of Foreign Affairs. Zarif was also Kerry's chief counterpart in the nuclear deal negotiation. Right? So John Kerry obviously has a lot of shit to gain personally. Like not trying to make things better for, the United States or any of us regular people, us common folks, if you will.
Common folks.
Yeah. True story. But he's all about looking out for number one, right? And it's quite evident in his entire time of being, just in a public servant, quote unquote. And I use that term super loosely, like loose as, the top stripper at like a small town strip joint who's just been railed through by, the town train over and over and over again. Like that's how much of a public servant John Kerry is. Like he doesn't fucking care about the public. He doesn't fucking care about the little guy. He doesn't fucking care about the middle class guy. He's all about protecting himself and his family and doing whatever it takes to make sure that his personal interests are taken care of.
I agree with you on this, and I think I really think it was more of an attempt to not only protect maybe his own interest in this, but to try and save face with a policy that he helped engineer and put together for the legacy of not only himself as the head of the State Department, but that of his boss, the former administration.
That's true.
So I mean, there's a couple aspects to it, but this is just some shady shit. And now they're throwing out the the Logan Act or some garbage like that to try and convict him on. But there was a very good point I read an article about, is that John Kerry's very lucky that there's never been an actual conviction under that act, because they would probably be looking to hem him up like time meow.
Right. So there's that. And then And then I really, really want to talk about President Obama's response.
Oh, his boohoo shit.
Oh my God. If there was ever a pity party of pity parties, this would be it.
Right.
So this article goes on. It is quite obvious the author of this article is not a huge fan of former President Obama at all. Like whoever wrote this is not. His name is Hank. Hank does not like President Obama at all.
What? No, come on.
So I'm gonna read this verbatim, you guys. And then you let me know if you think he's a fan. So on Tuesday, former President Barack Obama is skewing the time-honored practice of refraining from criticizing his successor, as exemplified by George W. Bush, hastily issued a statement condemning President Trump for quitting the very Iran nuclear deal that Obama and his administration lied about in order to sell to the American public. But again, remember, this was not an official treaty with Iran or with all of our allies in Europe. This was basically comes down to it was an executive order, which, as we stated in the first hour, that can change when the new administration comes in. Mm-hmm. Because Congress did not sign off on it does not make it law.
Mm-hmm.
So Obama hilariously claimed, quote, "The reality is clear. The JCPOA is working. That is a view shared by our European allies, independent experts, and the current U.S. Secretary of Defense. The JCPOA is in America's interest. It has significantly rolled back Iran's nuclear program." Obama then added, "Some of the countries of Europe have signed on to the deal in the belief that the Iranians, who have proven to be liars, can be trusted. Quote, walking away from the JCPOA, there we go, turns our back on America's closest allies and an agreement that our country's leading diplomats, scientists, and intelligence professionals negotiated." He did not mention that even Saudi Arabia and the UAE approved of Trump's decision, not to mention Israel. Obama huffed, "Debates in our country should be informed by facts, especially debates that have proven to be divisive. So it's important to review several facts about the JCPOA." All right, let's see what he has to offer. First, the JCPOA was not just an agreement between my administration and the Iranian government. After years of building an international coalition that could impose crippling sanctions on Iran, we reached the JCPOA together with the United Kingdom, France, Germany, the EU, Russia, China, and Iran. It is a multilateral arms control deal unanimously endorsed by the United Nations Security Council resolution. So that was Obama's first point, right? And the author goes to say, well, there you are. Forget American sovereignty. Long live international regime. Worth noting, the deal was not between the United States and Iran. It was between Obama and Iran. The U.S. Senate did not sign off on the deal, so it wasn't a treaty. Again, like I said in the first hour. It was merely an Obama administration policy, easily tossed out by the next president, like I just said. So the second point that Obama brings up is that the JCPOA has worked in rolling back Iran's nuclear program. For decades, Iran has steadily advanced its nuclear program, approaching the point where they could rapidly produce enough fissile material to build a bomb. And then the author says, really? David Albright, the president and founder of the Institute for Science and International Security, told Bloomberg after Israeli intelligence received a warehouse full of documents related to the Iranian nuclear program, quote, "The most significant thing that this is a warehouse collection intended to be used later for reconstitution. They could have destroyed these documents, but these were being carefully protected and hidden with the intention to reuse them when they launched their weapons program. And Iran has already signaled moments after Trump killed the deal that they would ramp up their nuclear program faster than before. So much for the notion of a hampered Iranian capacity. And the article goes on with a few more of Obama's points.
Mm-hmm. So the one thing I want to chime in on real quick is that that last piece there, and you saw it in the art, and you did see it in the counterpoint for after Trump announced that the U.S. was pulling out of this deal, that they will look to ramp up their production of enriched uranium faster than before. And that kind of drives that point home. Was anything really hampered?
I don't think so, because obviously they've still been working on it. If they're like, oh, all right, well, we're going to just fucking make it faster than before. It's like, well, then what was the point of the Iran deal? Because obviously they've just been fucking doing whatever they wanted, like, and just doing, research on building a nuclear bomb and getting everything right before they actually test it. They're getting all their fucking mathematical equations worked out right now. Or during the last 8 years that this fucking deal has been a thing.
Yep. I think they've just been
they've
had all their
biding
stuff.
their time.
Say what?
I said I think all they've been doing is just biding their time.
I think so as well. I really do. I think everything has been just shelved.
Yeah.
Until they can find the right moment or opportunity to do it. And well, this is their quote unquote catalyst moment to start up their program again. Well, here's the thing though. Great. The U.S. backs out of this deal to impose sanctions, but you still have a deal in place with other nations, allegedly, supposedly, that they'll still continue to support you.
So, right, exactly. Great, Cloud. No, that's a fucking fantastic point. Why is it that because we withdrew and none of our European allies withdrew, our European allies fucking re-signed it? And they're like, yes, no, let's keep this. Why is it that because we withdrew and not the 17 other countries, because let's remember the EU is part of this.
Yeah.
Why is it
there's the EU, but
yes. Yeah. So why is it that only because we backed out, Iran is now like, oh, well, fuck you guys then and fuck everyone else. We're going to fucking amp this shit up. It's because we're the only stopping power.
Yep.
Not fucking Europe, not Asia, us. Because
it kind of leads you to the point that obviously they're scared of this happening, right? And if they're going to ramp it up, obviously we'll know that. And you know what? I really don't think you'd have to worry about us doing anything. You have to worry about the Israelis.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, they won't hesitate to first strike.
Right. And especially
strike to eliminate a threat.
And especially since Israel is getting just recognized by countries in the Middle East now.
Yep.
i.e. Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, again, we talked about that last week. That's a huge deal.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
The fact that Saudi is recognizing that Israel is a sovereign nation.
And it has a right to exist. That's the bigger piece of that.
Yes. Like that in and of itself is just mind-blowing, right? Because, let's face it, Muslims and Jews don't really get along, like, ever.
They do not. So what type of shooting match in Iran, Heath? Protesters versus the government? Because we've seen that before many times.
Yeah, and protesters get shot down and murdered.
Right. So my thing is on this. We're going to know right away if we'll know their timeline for, turning on their centrifuges or when they start to enrich uranium again, because it's just one of the things you can figure out. But again, as for a preemptive capability to cripple their preemptive anything to cripple that capability, I'm pretty sure we won't have to lift a finger.
Yeah. Well, not like, there's that, but like I get it, the Iran deal that Obama put out. That's honestly like the last legacy of his.
No, because technically Obamacare is still around.
In theory.
In theory, once Obamacare died, Obamacare is like the last big hurdle that Trump has to fucking clear off his plate, and then basically everything that the previous POTUS accomplished will be dead.
Yeah. But no, this Iran deal, I understand that, part of it was that we could send our people in at any time to inspect Iran's nuclear power plants or nuclear plants or facilities or fucking whatever, and like make notes and be like, oh yeah, no, they're still not making weapons, so we're good. And I understand that now that we've backed out of this deal, U.S. scientists are now no longer able to go in there, right? U.S. envoys are no longer able to go in there at any time that they want. And everyone's like, oh, Iran's going to go unchecked. And it's like, no, because all these other countries that are still in this deal, they're still fucking in there. So they can send people. Right.
But what if Iran's like, nope, we're not going to let anybody in now? Then you know you have a legitimate issue that they were hiding.
Yes.
Under the guise of this deal.
Yeah. And that's a good point. But then, where was I going with this? Shit. I forget. Son of a bitch. I had a good point too, and now I can't even fucking remember what I was about to say. Damn it.
So.
But I just, I don't know. Like, I do enjoy, though, that, Chancellor Merkel and France's president came by to be like, please stay in the deal.
Please stay in the deal.
Please don't leave. And I love how, I think it was last Tuesday or Friday, I was talking about it where France's president, Macron, I don't know. Whatever.
Right.
Some French dude was like, oh, I'm pretty positive he's going to stay in the deal because everyone over in Europe is like, oh, he's the Trump whisperer. We showed you.
Nobody's the Trump whisperer.
Right.
Let's put that out right away. Nobody's the Trump whisperer.
Ugh. I do have a question, though. I want to know why I have so much shit on my timeline and, like, when I open up Internet Explorer, why I have so much shit from the royal family in Britain popping up. It's like, we beat them 200 some odd years ago for a reason. Like, I don't have to fucking care about the royal family. Like, at all.
I don't know. Because you followed or liked something a while ago, and now, you like the royal family garbage shit. So
know.
here it is.
I don't know. No, like, it's just when I pop open, like, Internet Explorer, it shows, like, all the big article or big news stories for the day or whatever.
Yeah. Did you say POUP open?
Pop. Did I say pow?
You said POUP.
I totally said pop.
So it was POUP.
No, it was pop. But no, like, it's like, why do I care? I live in America. I'm an American citizen last time I checked. And I don't have a king or queen or prince that I should really be giving a shit about. Like, what they do, it's like, cool, dude, you do you. Like, whatever.
Exactly.
Anything you do has no say whatsoever on my life. Like, I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
But that's just me.
Man, this is a good show tonight.
Yeah, I had fun tonight.
It was it's already wow.
Is
It's
it
quick. It's
housekeeping?
a quick 3 hours. Great interview. Good first hour of great articles. We didn't get to everything.
Oh, what else did you want to get to? We can get to it really quick. I know we started late, so I mean we can run over a little bit.
So I find it interesting. So there's this. I don't know if I want to do this one. This one's going to take a long time. I'll do the short one.
Well, now I'm curious.
All right. So the Manhattan, the New York Attorney General resigned amid accusations of sexual abuse.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Manhattan DA
Oh!
reportedly opens up investigation into Schneiderman after bombshell report.
I saw something about that and how he told a woman who's dark. She's obviously either Asian or like Pacific Islander, that like she was his brown slave and like would smack her until she called him master.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's totally abuse. Okay, so like one, if you're gonna be into like some BDSM shit and like into like a master slave relationship, everyone knows in the BDSM world, the submissive is always the one with the power. Because the submissive is the one who decides what is and is not okay to do to them. So there's that. So the fact that if she was not consenting to be his sex slave or like to be his slave in general, because not like BDSM is not always about sex. Like, yeah, sex is a big part of it. But it's not the whole thing, especially in a master slave relationship. Because that sort of relationship in the BDSM community extends outside of just sex. It is literally, the slave literally serves the master 24/7, not just when they're fucking. And so for him to almost demand this from someone who's not consenting to be a slave, oh yeah, no, that's sexual assault. That's fucking assault.
What? And so the big deal about the story, and I'll tell you a quick comparison after this, is that he was adamant against the way Trump, the accusations against Trump and all this other garbage, and he brought the Harvey Weinstein thing down and all this other shit, right? And he's all about the Me Too movement and all this other stuff, and yet here he is, in pure hypocrisy.
I was gonna say hypocrisy.
Say not as I do, right? So I find that very interesting. And then I watched this develop as this broke this morning, right? It was a very prominent article on Fox, and it was kind of buried off to the side on CNN. Draw your own conclusion on that one. That's where I want to leave it tonight, is that the hypocrisy of this individual doing what he did, and it's really, really fucking a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can read this quick. Statement from Governor Andrew Cuomo on Schneiderman. The New Yorker has published an article on Attorney General Eric Schneiderman, which reports multiple women making serious allegations of assault. No one is above the law, including New York's top legal officer. I will be asking an appropriate New York District Attorney to commence an immediate investigation and proceed as the facts merit. My personal opinion is that, given the damning pattern of facts and collaboration laid out in the article, I do not believe it is possible for Eric Schneiderman to continue to serve as Attorney General, or for the good of the office, he should resign. Wow, I was waiting for him to come to the guy's defense. Because we know, had this been, I don't know, a Republican Attorney General, it would have been, all out war against him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and especially if he was a Trump supporter.
Yep. Because then, it's over at that point.
But, all right.
But alas.
But alas.
That is the show for tonight.
It's a good fucking show. Dude, high five.
High fives.
All right, y'all. As you guys know, we have a show 6 nights a week. Tonight is Tied Up Tuesday with myself, Minx. Down there is Great Cloud. Wednesday, we don't have a show. We normally post things from our gaming channel, WTF Nation Gaming, because they'll probably be doing either, what is it, PUBG, right?
Yeah, it's
PUBG.
what Cage was into or some shit.
Rainbow Six Siege or, fucking whatever. I don't know. Fortnite. I don't know. Thursday, we have Sergeant's Time with Ice and Doc Madness. And they have a guest this Thursday, Lieutenant Joe Bacchino. I really hope I said that right.
Buccino.
Whatever.
Buccino.
So, Colonel Bacchino, spokesman for the 82nd Airborne Division, will be on to tell us all about All-American Week.
Oh, that's
Annual...
next week?
No, that's next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All-American Week is next week.
Yes. An annual event that celebrates the legacy and achievements of the famous division. So, huge news. That's going to be actually our first unit PAO to come on the station.
Yes, it will be.
So super looking forward to that. That's going to be next Thursday. But then Friday, we have Friday Night Freedom with myself, Minx, and Pookie. Saturday, we have Saturday Night Savagery with Jay Reddy and Pookie and Spurs right now. Sunday, we have Kicking It with Paws and Owl. Monday, we have the Monday edition with Flash and Ice. And then we're back to Tuesday. What are you looking at, Grey Cloud? Everyone's seeing you distracted.
Oh,
Caught you.
No, I was trying to get a follow-up on that article from somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our show.
It's a good show. God, it was fast. Holy shit.
I had such a good time with you.
It's always an awesome time. It's us. It's
Right?
Tuesdays.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
the bestest.
All right, you guys, have a great rest of your night, and we will see you here on Thursday for Sergeant's Time with Ice and Doc Madness. So
Shots.
There we go. Wrong song started to play.
Oh.
We fixed it. Oh my God.